Hey guys, welcome back to Out of Work Outdoors. This is Connery. Today we're going to be talking about why you fish. What is your reason for fishing? My reason for fishing has changed throughout the years. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm parked at the post office. I'm shipping out hats. So if you guys want to support the channel, buy a hat. $35 shipped to your door. Okay. Message me on Facebook. That's probably the best way to do it. Out of Work Outdoors on Facebook. Just message us and we'll get the ball rolling for you. Only got a couple left, so I don't know if we're going to be making any more or not. Maybe more limited editions of other things, but this is the OG one. This is the original one. And we'll always be OG in this hat, even though we might have other different versions out. But anyways, reasons why you fish, right? Reasons why you fish. When I was young, strictly food first, entertainment second. As I got into the teens, still food first, entertainment second, because we were still like penny pinching. Like, you have to buy tackle that will give you the most like output or the most return, right, in terms of fish and stuff like that. Never bought anything high end. Never bought, like, we were buying flea market, quality fishing poles, okay, and fishing lines, pretty much on the cheap end, everything. And then as I got into my 20s, the college years, same about thing, but the idea of fishing kind of changed a little bit. Okay, so it wasn't for food anymore. It was for a stress reliever. Okay, because man, college is pretty stressful. Even though I loved the subject I went into, it was still schedule, work, schedule, and anything free in between is all homework time, project allocations, things like that. And I worked 7 days a week for 2.5 years. Missed out on a lot of different things. Worked full time in school, right? I was doing 18 to 21 credits. On average, 19-20 credits every semester. And I think a lot of people understand that when I say that. If you ever went to college, that is. And then full-time work. I was averaging 35 to 45 hours a week, all right? So it's a full, I wouldn't even say full, it's overfilling workload. And my friend did it, so I figured I could do it too. So if you guys need motivation, there it is. If you go to college and work full time and still get good grades, okay? So when I graduated, I still graduated with a 3.2 overall. In the core classes, it was like 3.7, and the other like psychology classes, it was like you don't care too much about those. Just pass, right? But regardless, still graduated, good grades. Pretty stoked about it. Challenged myself, did very well. Okay. And that time frame, fishing wasn't super important, but I used it as a stress relief. So a lot of times I'd go to work and I'd get off work and I just want to go home and sleep because you're burned out. So instead of just going home and sleeping, I would go fishing with my parents or go just fishing by myself sometimes. And it allows you to come back to reality. Because you're doing so many things for so many people for so many reasons, you kind of forget yourself. You kind of forget your identity in a sense. So fishing to me was like a way to come back and be grounded. Okay, so for that good 4 or 5 years, that's what it was. The college years, it was a way for me to just come back down to life and be like, you know what, you're never too busy to stop and do what you want to do. So that was that. Graduated from school, started doing the whole striper thing. And that was strictly for fun, okay? I mean, it was fun and food secondary. Because up north, when you catch a striper, oh my goodness, it is an adrenaline dump. It's an adrenaline dump. So I did that for a while, and then we moved, so we moved from California to Massachusetts. Now we're in Oklahoma. Currently, Oklahoma. And there is stripers here. Okay, we continue to do that for the next 10 years, right? And then we started kayak fishing, and it's competitive bass fishing, kayak tournaments. And I did that just to see how good I was, right? So in the realm of fishing, right? Like after you've done it for 20 years, you've done crappie. Well, you started with bluegills, right? Everybody starts with bluegills, waxworms, earthworms, crappie jigs, trout, power bait, all that stuff. And you advance to like largemouth a little bit, and then kind of went away from it. So you're doing trout, largemouth, and then you just go white perch, striped bass, right? And that was it. Striper for a long time. And it was fun. It was really, really fun. But don't get me wrong. After a while, you kind of look at yourself and say, "Am I just stuck here?" I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love stripers, but am I just stuck here, or is there somewhere else I can go? Like, is this the pinnacle, or just another pinnacle out? And you get confused too, because it gets to the point where you and your friends are so good at like catching stripers, right? That you guys can project everything, you can predict everything, your gear is dialed. Okay, at this point we started buying expensive gear too. Expensive gears, okay, so talking $200 rods and $150 reels. That was pretty expensive. It's still pretty expensive today. But we've advanced so far beyond that. Our rods and reels are ridiculous now. Okay, so regardless, back to that moment in time, right, where you're kind of like, okay, I'm good with this striper thing. I can project them. It's not an adrenaline dump anymore. Like the reason why you go out there, it's predictable now. If it's predictable, you basically just go and get your fix and you just come back. That's it, right? So on a day like today, for example, there's a front coming through. It's raining. It's in October. The topwater bite for striped bass is going to be fire. Ain't no question about it. Like, it's predictable. It's predictable. Very predictable. And, and you do go out, you still got that mini competitive thing going between you and your friends, but it's not true competition because there's no money involved. You can put in your $5 or something, but it's just basically just you and your friends. You might put in $10, but it's still like $40. The pot's not that big. So we got into bass fishing because I just kind of want to see where we're at, like in the whole like realm of fishing, right? From like bluegills to the top tier, which might be a guide or a tournament angler of some kind. Whether you're a bass angler or you're an offshore angler. Where do you stack? Like, where can you go? Are you really still stuck on the bottom, or are you stuck halfway, or can you get all the way to the top? I mean, that's kind of the curiosity thing. So my brother bought a kayak. Of course, we skunk out first couple trips, and we donate. It's like $20 or whatever it was, and people be taking your money. Okay, put it that way. So I thought, I'm gonna buy a kayak too, because my brother started winning a couple tournaments. I'm like, it can't be that hard, right? So I bought a kayak, and then go out first 3 trips. I skunk out all 3 trips. No, I actually caught 1 fish in 3 trips. And then as the year goes, I progressed. I got better and better and better. But it got from I'm pretty good to I knew nothing all over, right? Like everything you knew from the striper world, you can only take about 20% of it and go into the bass world. Because one, we didn't know how to use a bait caster. Oh shit. That was a big deal, okay? If you go from stripers and you go into bass, you better learn how to use a bait caster. No ands, ifs about it. So spent months in the backyard just flipping every day. Practice every day. Flip, until you got tired of it. Okay? And learned the bait caster. We actually learned the bait caster in about 2 months. And then you had to learn how to do all this other stuff too. So I did it in this stage as a challenge, right? But I did it for about 3 years, and once again got burned out. I think I spent too much money on it, too much time. It's not even the money, it's the time. To get good, you have to spend the time. The time researching lakes, the time watching YouTube videos, watching what people are telling you, paying attention on the fine details, your eyes, ears, everything, your senses. It all has to be in sync. You just get that good. And then you win something, okay? So you start winning a couple tournaments, make some money, Not enough to cover your expenses, by the way. Okay, so not enough, but you make some money, so you're pretty happy. Covers some of the expenses, maybe half the expenses. Plus, we're not sponsored by anybody, so that's part of the problem too. That's a whole new video for a different day. So we're gonna do this as a challenge. So in the world of tournament fishing, the schedule is on Saturday. Regardless of what the weather is on Saturday, we're gonna fish. Okay, so kind of like today, it's a dream trip right now. But what if it's really bad conditions? What if it's flood? Say you're gonna fish tomorrow, right? And the rain today is really bad, and the river's up 5 foot, lake's up 5 foot, mud everywhere. There's a clear lake, and then all of a sudden there's mud everywhere, right? What y'all do? Most people would just not go fishing, right? But for a tournament fisherman, all of your plans, everything you know about that lake, just cram it, chuck it out the window, because it's not going to play that day. So now, whoever's a good fisherman is going to figure them out, right? And that is the reason why tournament fishermen exist. They're really good at figuring things out. They don't have favorite spots. They don't have favorite lures. They don't have favorite fishing conditions. They're kind of just give me a puzzle, I'm going to try to figure it out. All right, give me a puzzle, I'll try to figure it out. And they figure these puzzles out on an hourly basis. It is crazy when I say that for the guys that have never experienced it. But the guys that have, give me a thumbs up. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm trying to end it there. I just kind of want to get to know everybody, see where everybody's at in their world of fishing, because fishing provides so much. Like, if a lot of people don't give it enough credit, but it provides so much. Like for me, I just listed off, right? Fishing for fun, adrenaline dump, food for the table, a stress reliever, and a challenge, right? So 4 things. 4 things. It should be 5. Somebody give me another one on the bottom, okay? Let me know in the comments. But I want to know, everybody who is watching this video, I want to know where you're at in your fishing journey, what you're expecting out of it, and what the heck keeps you around. Because I can't seem to lose this fishing thing. I've gone away for maybe a couple years, but I always come back. That's just me. All right, guys. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. This is Carter from Out of Work. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay. All right, guys. Gotta go to work.